What's up, guys? Happy Saturday again. Back again with another quick training vlog. So, today's dunk session was a good session. Capped it at 15 max jumps, maximal approaches, and was feeling still really sore. Recovery's been a struggle, unfortunately, but I'm still able to get up. That's the annoying part about it all. And I'm just not able to push and give 100%, but still get up. So it is what it is. And hopefully, I've got one more week of the plyometric phase I've been doing. Hopefully, that's the last week. And then switching it up a little bit. We'll see how next phase goes, as far as being sore all the time goes. But I wanted to talk real quick. Similar thing to load management, but I like this idea of doing less to get more, or doing the least amount of work possible for the greatest amount of reward. And this is going to be a YouTube video I make sometime that is way more in depth. I'll have this chart and all this stuff. But if you guys think about progression, we kind of think about it in a basic sense of this linear graph, right? And you've got intensity on one axis and performance on the other. And the idea is that the harder I push myself, the harder intensity, the higher the performance is, right? But obviously that's not how it works, except it kind of could. And that's what my deeper video will be about. But on this like progression graph or whatever, the idea is, especially for athletes tend to overtrain, right? We love to push ourselves hard all the time, even when you don't feel like it, like meaning like you're dead. I'm not just saying you don't feel like it that day. You really should not, you shouldn't do anything, that day. You should just take it easy. But we don't. We don't take days off. And that's a real problem. And so the goal should actually to be the opposite. And this is what I'm trying to work on myself, is trying to find the sweet spot of I can still do something more or less every day. I still have rest days, but I can work out every day. But what's the least amount of work that I can do? I'm still training hard, intensity is still high. I'm giving it my all for that day. But what's the least amount that I can do while still getting the biggest reward possible? Because if you're going on the other end of the spectrum where you're like, what's the most I can do and still get the most out of it? That's possible, but you're this close, you're literally borderline to overtraining, and anything past that point is a no-go. Like you don't get anything out of it, anything more, and you're just delaying recovery and you're building up more fatigue that you're going to have to deal with later. So it's just not worth it to be near that edge. In my opinion, it's better to just stay back and say, you know what, what's the least amount I can do for the biggest reward? So something to think about for yourself if you're an athlete, and really think about it. And you can still train hard, pretty much every day of the week, but you there's a good chance you're doing too much and it's hurting your gains on all levels. So it's been a real challenge for me personally, still working on it. And but I do feel like it's making a difference. This goes along with me jumping less jumps for my dunk sessions, right? And spreading it out over the week instead. So I can still do stuff, but it's not like destroying my body on one day and then I can't recover the whole week, right? So something you think about, do less to get more. I think that's a true principle. You gotta be smart about it. And that's all I got today. So like and subscribe, you guys. There's gonna be other videos like this, not just the training vlogs, but like I said, I want to do a deep dive on this stuff. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.